Hi everyone, my name is Erin Kirkpatrick, and this is Group 5's case study on Kaylee Anthony and forensic botany. So to begin, I just wanted to give a little bit of an overview of the Kaylee Anthony case. So Kaylee Anthony is a 2-year-old girl who was reported missing by her grandmother on July 15th of 2008. Kaylee's remains were found near her home just months later. Kaylee's remains are found in a bag in a wooded area near the Anthony home. Kaylee's mother, Casey Anthony, was arrested and charged with the murder of Kaylee on July 16th of 2008 after misleading police officers throughout the investigation by lying about her job, the timeline of Kaylee's disappearance, as well as fabricating an elaborate story about a fake nanny who had Kaylee last before she disappeared. On December 20th of 2008, the remains are actually confirmed in a forensic lab to be those of Kaylee Anthony, and the case is ruled to be a homicide as her skull has duct tape surrounding or in the area of her nose, mouth, and jaw. On July 5th of 2011, Casey Anthony is found not guilty of murder and is released from custody. This case remains unsolved to this day, with the speculation that Casey is responsible for the murder. So moving on to how was forensic botany involved in this case? During the trial, a forensic botanist is called to the stand to testify on behalf of the defense. So the forensic botanist testifies on behalf of the defense that because of the pattern of leaf litter, the body could have been in the woods for as little as 2 weeks. This conclusion makes the timeline in the case completely different, as Kaylee was missing for several months before she was found. This conclusion is made based on the plant life growing around Kaylee's remains. And then just here at the bottom, I inserted a photo near the gravesite, just so you could see like it's a very wooded area. Obviously, there's a lot of plant life. So moving on, biology of the organism and processes used in the case. So pieces of evidence included plant roots, which had grown over and through Kaylee's remains. The root of a plant anchors down and absorbs essential nutrients for the organism to grow over time. The length, amount, and thickness of the roots helped to narrow down the timeline of Kaylee's death down to a few weeks. So by observing the age of the plant life growing through the remains, it can be concluded when the remains were placed in the ground is the basis for the argument that the forensic botanist is presenting. Unfortunately, the remains were too decayed to determine an exact cause of death in this case. So really they obviously they ruled it a homicide, but they really don't know exactly how she died or how she was killed. So this time estimate is also based on the leaf litter patterns discussed in the last slide surrounding the grave site. And then I also really just wanted to include some photos to give a visual of what I'm talking about in the last 2 slides. So again, just right here, the tent, this is where her body was located. Like I said previously, it's an extremely wooded area. There's a lot of plant life, lots of opportunity. Like I said, the roots growing through and around, you can really see and compare the differences of those to the surrounding plant life, which is really useful in this case. And then over here, these two are the actual roots that did grow through and around. She was wrapped in a blanket, so that's kind of what you're seeing them attached to. And then down here at the bottom is a photo of like the remains itself, just to show how decayed they really were and like the state of them when they were found. And then here are the references used. This concludes the first section of our presentation. Thank you.